Right now, do you know the humidity level inside your home? A lot of people know their home's temperature from a thermostat, but humidity, well, it's not so straightforward. Yet humidity has such an impact on your home's comfort and your health. Dry air can make your skin, lips, and eyes feel irritated. It can make your nasal passages congested and lead to dry cough or a scratchy throat. Dry air can even damage wooden furniture and indoor plants and exacerbate the symptoms of allergies and asthma. To mitigate all of this, you might turn to a humidifier. But some humidifiers have mechanical parts that break, need special kind of water, are a pain to clean, consume lots of energy, or require you to figure out when to use it, where, and how often. In this video, I'm taking a look at the SwitchBot Evaporative Humidifier with auto refill and the Meter Pro. Combined, these devices make it so simple to maintain a comfortable humidity level in your home. It takes all the guesswork out of it, so you can just live your life with one less thing to worry about. I mean, it can literally refill its own water tank. How cool is that? Everything I cover in this video is also featured in an article on my website. You can find a link to it along with any of the featured tech in the video description. My name is Michael Lane and I cover how tech can make you more productive. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Let's do this. This video is sponsored by SwitchBot, and they sent me these devices to check out. I use a lot of their products in my smart home, but I hadn't done anything yet to improve our home's humidity level. Since this is an evaporative humidifier, it mimics the natural humidity by using a fan to blow air over a water-soaked wick filter, which lasts up to 4 years. This adds moisture to the air without any powder residue. It operates quietly and integrates with your smart home using Matter, so you can connect it to Amazon, Apple, Google, and Home Assistant. Best of all, it's fully automated. It can literally refill its own water tank when paired with a SwitchBot S10 robot. I've never seen anything like it. All right, let's get to know the SwitchBot Evaporative Humidifier that I have here. So over on this side, you have the 4.5 liter water tank, which just slides out completely. You can leave it in and take off the top here to pour in water, or you can just easily remove it, bring it over to a sink, and fill it up with water that way. Now, turning it around, on the top here, this is where the air actually comes out when the humidifier is turned on. You have your physical controls here. Over on this side, you can pop this open. This is one of your air inlets right here. We can open this up, and if we remove that water tank, then you can actually slide this out, which gets you access to the filter right here on this bottom tray. That's the water tray. You have the filter here, which is sort of a spongy-like material going around the filter tray itself. And again, this just sits right on top of the water tray, so you can take this out if you ever need to clean it, and then it just slides right back in, and you can close it up like that, and then put the water tray back in over here. On the back, you have yet another air inlet here where you can see that filter right there. Now, the craziest and coolest feature about this thing is kind of on the front here. So on the front, you can pop off this lower area and you actually have a docking station. So if you have the SwitchBot S10 robot vacuum, it can literally just dock and auto refill this humidifier, making it completely hands-off for you. Just such a cool, innovative feature that is just so useful. So otherwise, you can just keep this tray on and you don't even know that that is there. You do have the included power cable right here. Overall, it's a pretty clean design. It is a large device, but that just means it's able to, humidify larger rooms as well. So to get started, we can go ahead and just fill up the water tank, which I will do by removing it and bringing it over to the sink. I can go ahead and just take this up to the fill line. The fill line is displayed right here on the outside. Again, this is 4.5 liters of water, so it can really hold a lot. It's going to be fastest to just bring it over to a sink and fill it up this way versus probably moving, several cups or pots of water over. So once it gets near the max fill line, you can go ahead and just turn off the water. And if you do spill water on the edges, as I did, just grab a towel, and they say just to kind of dry that off before you put it back in place over here on the side. And then pop the cover back on top there. And now we can go ahead and put this thing in place. In terms of placement, really, you don't want to have it right next to furniture where it could just get wet. You don't want to have it right next to any of your, like directly next to your stovetop or certain kitchen appliances, or next to electronics, like a TV, for example. I'm going to go ahead and put it down on the side of the counter so it can help humidify our common kitchen and living room space. So I'm going to plug it in right here next to the kitchen counter. Once I plug it in, the light comes on top. It's currently white, which means it's not paired with a SwitchBot meter, but we're going to go ahead and solve that because this is the best way to get the most out of this device, is to pair the evaporative humidifier with the SwitchBot Meter Pro that I have right here. This is a device that allows you to measure the ambient temperature and humidity indoors in that room, but also outdoors as well. So by pairing these two things together, you'll be able to know the humidity in that room, and this thing can go ahead and automatically start whenever the humidity, say, gets too low, to keep that room nice and comfortable for you and whomever you live with. So just taking a closer look at the SwitchBot Meter Pro. So the way I have it set up is the top, I have the indoor temperature in Fahrenheit and humidity based on the ambient sensors on this Meter Pro itself for this room right here. Now, again, because I have this paired with the evaporative humidifier, you don't want to have this too close to the humidifier because you could get some, incorrect readings. So you want to have it about 10 to 15 feet away, I believe, from the humidifier itself. But I've got the indoor temperature and humidity right up here, and down here I have the outdoor air temperature and humidity based on the location of my home. You can see the current weather conditions in the top left, showing cloudy and rain, and we have the current local time and the date up here as well. You can customize if you want to have the indoor or the outdoor temperature humidity on top or bottom, or you could have two different rooms inside your house on top and bottom, and you can go ahead and change the in and out icons respectively to reflect how you are using this device. It does have to be paired to some type of SwitchBot branded sensor, to my knowledge. I don't believe you can just pair this to any kind of temperature or humidity sensor. Other SwitchBot sensors include things like the SwitchBot Hub, which you can use to pair to this to get the temperature and humidity directly from a SwitchBot Hub itself. And right across the middle, you have this bar with orange, green, and blue indicators showing if it's dry, comfortable, or wet based upon the current humidity level. Curiously, right now it says it is dry outside. Not sure why, because it's 93% humidity, and then it's saying that it is wet inside at 76% humidity, but I suspect that's because I have picked up the device and I'm moving it around, because when it was sitting by itself, it was around 60% humidity. So you can see kind of the sensors on the side of the device for it to get the temperature and humidity levels, and this thing does run on 2 AA batteries. and you have this stand on the back to adjust it to your desired position for wherever you want to place it, or of course you could mount it directly onto a wall using this hook here in the back. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing set up now in the SwitchBot app and paired with the Meter Pro. We're going to open up the SwitchBot app right here. I'm going to go and click Add Device. And you can see it's auto-discovered using Bluetooth, the evaporative humidifier, so I'll click on that. Then it wants me to press and hold the on-off button on the machine itself for 2 seconds, so I'll go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and it's beeped. Go ahead and click Connect Device. Okay, the humidifier is now connecting to my home Wi-Fi network using the 2.4 gigahertz network. Here I can rename the device. I can choose a room for it to be in and finish. So if you have the S10 robot, you can go ahead and connect those two together to auto refill the water. I do not have that robot, but it's an incredible feature. There is a new firmware version, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that now. Okay, the firmware is upgraded. So now what I actually want to do is go ahead and pair this with the SwitchBot Meter Pro for getting the humidity readings in that room. Click that banner there, set up now. I'll go ahead and choose the Meter Pro 95, which is no longer in the basement bedroom. And of course, within the SwitchBot app, you can get a clear view of the comfort level in that room, and you can see here how they are rating comfort. Anything below 30% is considered too dry, and you can automate that to turn on the humidifier. Anything above 70% will be considered too humid, so be sure to cut off at that point, if not well before. If we just kind of spin through the settings here, a few things to take note of. One, it shows you the water level kind of in the top here. If we scroll down, we can go ahead and just turn this thing on if we want to right now. We can come down and we can initiate a drying process of the filter. You can turn a child lock on, which will prevent anyone from using the physical buttons on the humidifier. So that's a nice feature for me as someone who has 2 young children. You can also set schedules. If you want to just have it always run during certain times, you can set those up right here. And you can check care and maintenance, and then how often you should clean things like the water tank, the water tray, etc. on here, which makes it, just easier for you to stay on top of the ongoing maintenance. If we go into settings for this device, you can see more options here. I've already paired it with the SwitchBot Meter Pro, but you could pair it with the humidity reading on a SwitchBot hub if you wanted to do that instead. So you don't have to have the Meter Pro. You can auto dry the filter if you would like. And you can also customize kind of the lights and the noises that the device makes, which I always really appreciate. I don't like a lot of flashing lights or beeping things, so it's nice to have that option as well. One thing that I can do is if I go back to kind of the home screen of my SwitchBot app, I can go ahead and add this humidifier through Matter to one of my SwitchBot hubs. So I can just add the humidifier as a secondary device to this SwitchBot Hub MIDI Matter enabled. If I open up Home Assistant, and if I go to the Matter integration and open that up, so this right here is actually going to be the humidifier. So you can see it shows up as a switch in Home Assistant where you can turn it on and off. At the top of the evaporative humidifier, so again, the refill water tank is over on this side right here. I've already got the water in it. On this side, you have the output when it's actually humidifying your room. Here you have an indicator light. Green means it's a comfortable range of humidity in the room. If it was too humid, it would turn blue. If it was too dry, it would turn orange. And if it was white, that would mean it's not connected to a SwitchBot meter in order to actually measure the ambient temperature and humidity. Here we have the Wi-Fi status indicator, so just saying this is connected to my home's Wi-Fi network. Then moving down this device, actually from top to bottom, here you can press once to go ahead and turn the device on, and you can see it comes on to output level number 1. If you were to stop this, it would by default go into the filter dry mode. So that will dry the filter, and that takes about 70 to 90 minutes based upon the ambient temperature and humidity. You always go ahead and just press that again to completely turn the device off. Moving up, we have different modes here between sleep, humidity, and auto modes. So in the humidity mode, it will maintain a target humidity of about 60% in the room. In the auto mode, the humidifier will automatically change and maintain a target humidity level based on the room's temperature. And then for the sleep mode, the device changes behavior based on if it is or if it is not connected to a SwitchBot Meter Pro, basically in terms of how long it will run at different levels, basically going to a quieter level so as not to disrupt, your sleep. You can press and hold this to activate a child lock, which just means that no one can use the physical buttons then on the device. That's handy for me as a parent who has young kids. And up here you have the different output levels. So you have a strength of 1 to 4, with 4 being the most output of the device, and 1, of course, being the lowest level of output. This has over humidity protection, so it will not let it get to over 70% humidity in the room. If it does, it will automatically turn off the device and send you a notification in the app. And up here is a timer where you can just set a timer for 2, 4, or 6 hours for the humidifier to run and then turn itself off after that duration of time. Let's talk about care and maintenance of your evaporative humidifier. So after it's been used for 240 hours, it will illuminate a clean filter LED here on the device. So in that case, you're going to want ahead and go ahead and take it apart, remove the filter from the filter rack inside, and clean that thing out. Beyond that, there's some maintenance that you're going to do on a daily and a monthly basis based upon what SwitchBot recommends. So they say daily, you should take out this water tank and just clean it with soap and water. On a monthly basis, they recommend taking off the kind of pre-filters that they call them, both on the side and the back of the device, and just giving those a scrub monthly, in addition to taking out the filter and the filter rack themselves, and also cleaning them out. Of course, if there are any foul smells, you're going to want to give the device some attention and clean it out as well. And finally, the water tray itself, which goes across the bottom, you would take out the water tank and you can pull out the water tray, and you're going to want to clean that monthly. Let's take a listen for how this device sounds. So 40 decibels on the lowest setting, about 48 on the second setting, 56 on the third setting, up to 66 decibels on the fourth settings. The SwitchBot Evaporative Humidifier and Meter Pro solve the challenges that come with dry indoor air and the issues that plague traditional humidifiers. This is a fully automated solution that allows you to spend more time enjoying your home rather than more time taking care of it. Let me know in the comments what your experience has been with humidifiers, and if you're interested in additional ways to monitor the indoor air quality of your home, you'll want to check out the video here. There are links in the description for all the feature tech in this video. I appreciate it when you use those links, since I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you. If you're interested in supporting this channel, consider becoming a member using the links in the description, or picking up merch like this shirt. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for tech reviews and tutorials that help you become more productive. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Eyes are so dry and scratchy. Turn on the humidifier.
If I had to look at that face every day, my eyes would also hurt.